Hey friends, it's Keke here. And look, I'm at a sit down with an up and coming artist that's doing amazing things. Let me introduce you to Raymi. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm so good.
You look so good.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Now, I'm ready for the entire world to know just how amazing you are because I've been listening to your music. You got some things coming that I think the world needs to get ready for. How can they get ready for what you bringing?
First, they need to strap in. No, I'm just kidding.
No, tell them.
They can get in a seated position, ready for some authenticity, ready for some truth telling. That's how they can get ready for my music. That's how they can get ready for me.
Okay. Now I'm sitting down across from another Chicago girl.
Yes.
Born and raised in the city. When people talk about making it out of Chicago, what would you say your experience has been like?
Man. So it's funny because I feel like I get to see how many people have left Chicago to go to different cities and get put on. And it's interesting because my experience here has been, I've been receiving so much love from my community. So I'm thankful in the same breath that like I haven't had the experience of I need to get out of here because I'm not getting, love. Like I got to sit down with you today. That's such a blessing,
Oh, thank you.
I got so much love in my corner from, big homies, and I was born and raised in beauty shops. So that to me is the heart of communities a lot of times. So having their ear and their feedback and their love and support has been amazing. So that's really my experience. I can't say that it's been like, I got to get out of Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that. I love Chicago.
And it's crazy because I feel the same way. And I think we've been lucky in that aspect to make it in our own city and feel that love. But for anybody that's hearing about you for the first time today, when did you decide that music was the lane that you wanted to start?
I've always loved music, Keke. Like,
okay.
Always.
You say it's in you.
Oh my gosh. I'll wake up and just hear my father playing tapes, like he would make tapes on tapes the way that, mixtapes and CDs. He would have tapes on tapes and just be doing his thing on a Saturday morning, almost any morning.
Okay.
So I thrive on Dusty's. That's what we gonna hear a little bit of that soul in the new project. And both my parents dance.
Okay.
So I've always loved music. But I started writing it on my own maybe 2018 because rap is rhythm and poetry. So I've always written poetry to express my, whatever I was going through.
Yeah.
And so to combine that with music, I'm like, this makes sense for me and it feels good.
I mean, and you do it so well.
Thank you.
You do it so well. And you're so humble about it, which I love too.
Oh.
And I think that's something that a lot of people, it's in us from Chicago. We've been through some things, but we have overcome them and now we're chasing our dreams. And that's exactly what you are doing. So when I listen to your music though, you speak about your family coming from a musical background. Who are some of your biggest musical influences?
Honestly, so obviously my dad waking up, but if you mean in my family or just period?
In general, like who inspires you?
Goodness, Keke, that is such a loaded question. And I was
I got time. I want to hear.
I was low-key hoping you didn't ask me that because I'm like, that is loaded. No, well, not really, but you know what I mean? Like, I was like, how am I going to answer this in like a short time? But really, I mean, it's so different genres, right? Like, we've got the Dusties, the Stylistics, we've got the Delphonics. Like, I love hearing that beat that just hit your heart when it come on. But then you got Anita Baker. You got, oh my gosh.
She raised me, Anita.
Period.
In my house, yeah.
Oh my goodness. We've got, who was I just listening to yesterday that I was like, this woman is phenomenal. I'm going to come back to, but I mean, the Whitney Houstons. It's just so many different like musical influences. Then speed up, we got Beyonce. We got, oh my goodness. I'm having Aaliyah, Lauryn Hill. I mean, then we got rappers. Like, there's just so many different people that I can pull from. Like, if I play from my playlist, it's going to be a bunch of different genres.
Okay, which I love because you can hear that in your music. And you might get mad at this question, but
no.
If you could pick a dream collaboration, dead or alive, who would it be?
Dream collaboration.
Dream collaboration.
Dead or alive. Who would it be? I can only get one?
Yes.
Aaliyah.
Okay.
Aaliyah.
Why?
Aaliyah was so, and is still so influential. I think when she was coming out and coming up, like all the way up until her death, right? Like and I got a close second that I want to say.
You can say it.
Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
I love Nipsey. On the way to Aaliyah's Rest in Paradise, baby girl, on the way her death, like her music video, everyone that she put out was a vision. Like it was something we had never seen before. On top of a sound with Timbaland that was just crazy and Missy, and like she just was so expressive and got in one song. I feel like each song gave me a different world, a different piece of her, a different version of how she might have been feeling about a specific topic. And like she moved me emotionally. Then with her style, she danced. Like, Aaliyah was that girl.
Okay, and you mentioned Nipsey Hussle. Talk about him a bit.
Man, when Nipsey died, I cried. Like, and I wasn't even as familiar with like all of his music, unfortunately. But once I tapped into his catalog, and I'm like, he walks us through authenticity. I mean, from his life in the street to what he was experiencing in relationships, just everything. You know, fashion. Then he dropped gems for us to like follow after. And his soulful sounds that he would pick. He picked some crazy beats, man.
Yeah.
But he was just so real and then aesthetically pleasing. We're not going,
Come on now.
forget that. But he was real. He just kept it real. I love me some Nipsey, man.
It's funny when you mention Aaliyah and then Nipsey, because I feel like I can hear both of their influences in your music.
Wow.
And not only that, also in your style. I think there's a lot to you as an artist musically, but there's even more to you in style. Talk about like your style and, how you put it together and what influences you have.
I'm over here getting mesmerizing your like look today. So like, wow.
Thank you.
That's such a compliment coming from Betty herself.
No,
so
thank you.
Yeah. Influences on style, like I named Aaliyah and everything, but I'm a student to it. Like,
you mentioned being in like the beauty shops and stuff.
Yes.
Is that just in your family? Like, where did the love for that come from?
Honestly, my mother has owned one of the largest beauty salons in Chicago in Beverly for over 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was born and like raised in that environment, and truthfully, growing up in the 90s, that's when it was popping. It was cool then to be a fly girl and like be, with the long nails and the hair. I mean, we had gone through so many styles in the 90s. And I've just seen so many different changes in it that I can pull from each era and like, make it my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the beauty salon had a lot to do with it for sure.
For your style.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then my dad, he'll put, when I say he would thrift something and pull it together, almost like Dapper Dan would take different high-end, high fashion, and then like mix it together. And like my father with his sewing machine, and my grandmother, she used to make our coats and stuff like that too, like our clothes. And she man, so I think it's just in me, little kid. I never even thought about that, man.
I love that you bring up your family and how that played a big part of who you are today.
Yes,
let people know about your family background. Like, you got siblings? What how many you got?
You know what? It's 7 of us.
Where do you fall in that mix?
I'm like the middle to the baby end of the group. And it's so crazy because Keke, everybody that meet me, they be like, you an only child? I'll be like, no.
Like, do I give only child?
Right. And you know what? Maybe it's because I know that even how family could be estranged and not talk, but like, they're my ones. They my day ones. And it's just like, I grew up with such a tight family structure. Like, we went from huge family functions, to, once my parents split, we didn't have that as much, and it just dwindled down to like now I'm kind of like, people be like, you not partying no more, you not this and that, and I'm just like, nah, man. I'm chilling. I grew up a little bit,
Right.
But yeah, I got a tribe, I got a gang of cousins.
Okay.
It was 12 on my dad's side, he had like 12 siblings. So it's a lot. And then on my mom's side, we got about 4 or 5 brothers and sisters. So I had a big family. Yeah.
Okay. And I know they've been supporting you on this journey, cheering you on.
Yeah.
How
for
was
the most
it
part.
when you went to your parents and was like, I want to pursue music?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie, Keke. My mother, she ain't feeling it as much.
Okay.
Especially when I started truth telling in one of these songs, she heard it and was like she
who
felt
you
the way.
about? Right.
For real. And like to the point where like we almost into it,
Right.
But I think now as she sees that I have some stick-to-itiveness about it and then I'm taking it like seriously, she's like, okay, I get it and I support it. My father though,
okay,
hands down, he be like, go do it. Do it. He be like, and my mother too was like, dance on whatever tables you're gonna do, because when you get older, it needs to be. But because I'm telling our stories, it's been a little bit of friction, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
it's sometimes hard for people to hear things and hear it come out through the music, but I mean, it's your story to tell.
That part.
Yeah, and they'll come around.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, even if not, I gotta, like you said, tell my truth. Love them dearly. But I gotta, like, it's my story and it's my time to talk about it.
In your music, you speak a lot about healing. Why is that so important to you?
The world needs it. Mm-hmm. The world needs healing. I feel like music has always been, that's why I love doing music too, because it's such a healer for me personally.
Yeah.
I can look back at some of the topics I used to discuss in music, and now I'm like, I've grown so far from that. Or, you know, and it might be cringeworthy to me now. I can't imagine, but what if it's touching somebody else in a time that they needed it, you know? And it wasn't on me for no reason. Like, I'm believing God, so if something was on my heart, I always sit with that first.
Yeah.
Before I, like, finish or complete or put something out. And some stuff I'm kind of glad didn't make it out.
You're like, I've evolved.
So much.
Right.
Oh my God, please. But thank you. Yeah. No, like, music needs, people need music. People need truth in music, so that, because you might be like, you know what, I'm not alone. Especially when people feel alone. Like, it's people out here that go through things that they don't talk about. And what if I can talk about it for you?
Yeah.
You know?
And I love that. I love that you always bring it up in the music. Like, it's a song I heard you was like, you need to heal.
Period.
You were talking to somebody. I was like, okay, they need to get to healing because she ain't playing. But what do you feel that you want people to connect with most about your music?
Man, most the authenticity of it. Like, I want somebody to hear it and be like, man, like, for instance, another influence, that Doechii. I love how raw and real Doechii has been.
Yeah.
And I want people to be able to get that from me in a way where it's like, let me show up in my truth.
Right.
Let me show up the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, I want them to be inspired by the glitz and glamour, the beauty of it, or like how I show up and style myself. Great. But if I can inspire somebody to live in that ugly space too, even Cardi B, she'll be like, y'all, crib when it's messed up, when it's filthy.
She does.
She pull up
does.
true to her. And I feel like that's what I want people to get from me.
Okay. And I noticed in your music, you don't just rap, you don't just sing. You can do both really well.
Thank you.
Yeah. A lot of people can't do that.
I just want to keep on expanding the craft, like, and stretching my voice in different ways. It's no limit, you know?
Yeah. If you had to pick, which one do you like doing more?
Ooh, that's real. I would say rapping, because it allows me to be the most expressive, and I can change my voice. If I can growl if I want to, I can whisper if I want to. I can, you know, rap is such, it's so fluid that way.
Yeah.
Switching cadences. With singing, it's a lot more pressure on the singing side, because don't play, them vocals gotta be right.
Right.
But who's to say? I don't want to never. How do I say it? I don't want to be without one or the other, if that makes sense. I wouldn't have to ever want to choose to not do one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you think back on, like, your childhood experiences, I hear you, like, a lot of nostalgia in some of the songs where you're talking about getting together and kicking it. Like, one song was like at a barbecue, and it was you and another guy. And I was like, I really can feel, like, I felt like I was wherever y'all was talking about. Like, I felt like I was there. So you make people feel a part of the songs. What's your favorite song that you've created so far?
Ooh, that's tough. Okay, that's tough because let's say, for instance, I've created this project and then boom, I've grown and made another song that, like, I'm just so happy I just wrote this. But if I have to go off of this project, I'm gonna go with Pink Toe Baby.
Okay, now why? And tell us about that song and tell us why.
Ooh. Because then I was like, Big Ones is also my,
I love Big Ones.
You do?
I do a lot.
Her.
Uh-huh.
They're close, like neck and neck for me.
Okay.
Like, and it's so funny because I think they're right behind each other on the project. So I'm gonna go with Big Ones and then Pink Toe.
Okay.
Big Ones because John Blue brings something to that song that is just like, it made me feel like, yes, like, you ever got, you know, like when you rolling with your brothers or with your, and you feel like, they're my boy. Like, can't nobody, who?
Right.
Who?
He got me.
He got me.
Yeah.
So him coming on the hook like that and him expressing, like, kind of exactly how I feel. Sometimes you need that masculine energy. You need the men around you to support you and, you know, uplift you. So I love how he does that on the hook, just singing the hook, and he sounds so good. He killed it. He's actually what inspired me to write the verses the way that I did.
Okay.
I heard his vocals in hook first.
Okay.
And from there, I was able to go, like, so that's why I love that song so much.
Such a good song.
Oh, thank you.
And shout out to John Blue, Chicago artist. Yeah, that is such a good song.
He's amazing. He's talented.
Yeah.
And then I feel like I'm just talking, like, I'm able to, on Big Ones, I'm able to give my perspective of like, all right, man, it's time to like. I did the crying, I did the sadness, I did the emoting, and now, all right, ain't nothing like getting off that next day out of bed after you've been crying all day and like, all right, I'm putting my clothes on, I'm about to pop out and do me. So that was that song that made me feel like, all right, I talked about the bad. Let me talk about some good stuff. Let me pull some of this good stuff out my closet.
Like I'm doing my big one.
I'm doing my big one. If I don't do it no other time, let me do it today. One time, my one. Let me do my one. But like Pink Toe Baby, I ain't gonna lie. For you to have on a pink shirt today make me feel like, because like I feel like you a pink toe baby.
Okay.
And that means like when we hear about pink toes, I've heard it described in songs different ways, girls with the white toes. But pink toe baby to me is somebody who is about her money. She's about her bread. She's on her focus.
Yeah.
On her, with her 10, on her 10. But can still show up and be a lady all the way in her feminine energy, can support you and love you, a multifaceted woman who can put her hands in a bunch of different pots, but still be all present with you.
Okay.
And strong, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like a strong woman. And the color pink has always represented the girls. Not that you have to love pink, but a pink toe. You might put pink on your toes, and I'm subtle with it, but when I'm here.
I'm stepping too.
That part. The long, strong way,
Yeah, I love that. And you make music that make people feel like that. Like, I was listening, I was riding here actually listening to some of the project, and it was like, I was like, okay, I feel empowered. I feel like I'm checking these dudes that are healed, honey. Then I'm gonna go hang out with my friends and have a good time.
Period.
And you put all of that in the music. What's been your favorite part of your journey so far?
Nothing better than the present.
I like that.
Nothing better than it's a gift. Double on time. I mean, it's even being here with you today is like pivotal, milestone-ish to me, for real. Like you a professional, you that girl. So I feel great about being here today. I feel like finally doing a full project with shout out Big the chairman, who's been ride or die rock. Like he really. We've gotten to this point where we're actually getting ready to put out a full project and roll out some of the, I don't know if I should be talk about the merchandise and stuff right now, but I'm getting ready to do a perfume.
Okay.
And some merchandise hoodies. And that is like major to me because I've always wanted to have an item in the beauty, not necessarily do hair. I've sold hair, I've done the things, but to have a scent that you put on and feel like this is how I'm coming today. Like, I'm really excited about all of that.
Talk a little bit about the scent. Describe it.
Oh my goodness. The scent. So I'm going to have one for the men and women. The women's scent has been developed. The men's scent is still in development. But the women's scent is more of a earthy tone with a sweetness to it, but not over sweet like, like in the like sugary vibe. But it's very... mellow. I have one that is for like a everyday, and then I'm developing one that's for like when you popping out at night.
I love
on a date night. Put that one on.
Come on, you in your bag, honey. Yes.
That one is the pink toe baby. Period.
Okay. So what inspired you to like do a perfume? You talk about is it just you want the women to smell good, feel empowered? Like what was the thought behind that?
Honestly, so I am another influence. That's why I was like, that question that you asked me is so loaded. But another influence is Riri, Rihanna. She, from the fashion to the beauty, all the things. Yes, I do want people to feel empowered. I want them to feel like their best selves, their highest selves when they pop out, when they go anywhere. So to me, I'm like, what item could that be? Sure, you could do a lip gloss. You might want to switch up your gloss every day. Everybody likes a different lash. Let's get a scent.
Okay.
Let's get a scent that says something today. This is my higher self today.
Okay. Now, people are going to want to get in your business and get in your lifestyle when they hear this music. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions that just have nothing to do with nothing. I just want to know.
Okay.
What do you do when you're not working?
Watch anime.
Okay. Into anime. Okay. See, I never would have guessed that. I wouldn't have known that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anime. Where you like to shop? Favorite stores, favorite places? Are you an online shopper or you like to go in the stores?
It's a mix.
Okay.
Because sometimes you got to put your hands on the fabric and just be like, and then right now I'm into wardrobe building. Oh. So it's like, what I've learned is build your wardrobe with pieces. So instead of sometimes, how you go on the line and you just go on a haul and like, I'm just about to grab some items.
Yes.
if you want a wardrobe build and you want something that is, how do I say this, not fast fashion that you just throw away cheap, like you got to build it piece by piece. So sometimes it is investing in a quality something. So sometimes it might be a trip to Zara. Sometimes it might be Sheena Fashion Nova, but it depends on the pieces that I'm looking for, if that makes sense.
So you be putting the pieces together and build around it. Love that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Favorite food?
Ooh. What came to mind was a chicken piccata with mushrooms.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we in Chicago, so it's some great food here.
I was so mad when they got rid of the Grand Lux or the Cheesecake Factory has the best one, low key.
Really?
Low key, the best chicken piccata. I haven't been there in forever, but I can, because I learned to make it at home.
Okay.
But I love anything with like a chicken and mushroom situation.
Oh. All right. Last person you text.
Ooh, Big the chairman.
Okay. Always about business, huh? Okay. If you could go, or your dream crush, any celebrity crush out there? Uh-oh. She blushing.
Oh my goodness, because I wasn't ready, Keke. That ain't my business for real. Okay, so I never was a person who felt like because you don't know celebs, right? Like you don't know what they really like. You just know, I'm just going off like aesthetics, right? Mm-hmm. But I got a chance to meet Dave East. And he is a gorgeous person.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Tall, gorgeous. Yeah.
Handsome. And and the way he carries himself too, it wasn't like, you know how sometimes you get around guys and you be like, okay, you like this online, but then when you see him in person, they kind of like extra and goofy. No, he was super chill, it matched up.
Okay, that might be a collaboration that needs to happen.
I would love that.
Okay.
He's dope. He's dope. And he got a song called Handsome that I'm like, oh my God, it's about.
And you like, it matches. The song title matches the man.
Come on.
Yeah, the ladies love Dave East for sure. What was I about to ask you? Oh, have you ever been starstruck? Like, have you ever met a celebrity and was like, oh my God, I can't believe I just met them?
You know what? When Lil' Kim, I didn't get a chance to meet her. But when she came to Chicago for this fest, it was like, I don't know if it was a vegan, it was some festival that I knew I had to be there because Lil' Kim was going to be there. I got to be on stage backstage.
Really?
And to be that far from the queen was like, I was like tripping, like, oh my God. People came in town that weekend, was like, you didn't get up with me. I was like, I'm sorry. You wanted me to choose between Lil' Kim and you. When the queen come to town, everything shut down.
Period. It's so crazy. I was in New York not too long ago, and we were in the same Uber. Like I ordered an Uber, it pulled up, and you check the license plate, and I go to walk up, and then it's a security guard outside the Uber, like, hold on, you can't get in there yet. I'm like, this is my Uber.
Period.
I look through the window, it's Lil' Kim in the Uber. I'm like, wait a minute. But I'm like, for the queen, honey, I will stand.
Period.
But yeah, she's definitely somebody who's so small, but so powerful.
Big,
in the room.
yes.
Yeah, that was a cool experience. So definitely with you when you mentioned.
Did you get to like chop it up with her for a second?
No, she got out the car, honey, and had her daughter and went on into the store. But yeah, we were at the Telfar event in New York, and she was there. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy.
That's fire.
So yeah, that when you say Lil' Kim, has she inspired you at all or influenced you? Because I mean, style wise and like people, I feel like don't give her enough credit on what she's given the culture.
You just ate with that. Like, I just got chills when you said that. Because really, sometimes we forget that Lil' Kim, not to say it was the first Barbie, because we've had black, queens that have done, the modeling and different spaces that have broken, molds for us to walk through after them. But Lil' Kim, absolutely. Actually, one of the songs on the album, on the project, SMD, is an ode to Kim. She is definitely one of the biggest influences to have done it.
And you already been on stage with us, so next time, come on, we putting it out there.
I'm putting it out there. Kim, Queen B, if you hear this, love you down. Bad.
Yes. Now, outside of music, anything else that you're super passionate about? Like, do you see acting in your future or television?
Yeah, I would love that, actually. And it's so funny you asked that because when I was little, you know how they say, like, if you look into your childhood, you'll find what you probably was good at or want to do for real. We used to, put on shows, like a whole crew would record it. So like little Mari TV shows and like we would just act out stuff. So I would love to do some acting. I've been cast in background right now, but I would love to do some some acting. Yeah, and just the sky's the limit. Mm-hmm. Sky's the limit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's one of your favorite things about being from Chicago?
Ooh, I guess the food. Like, that's what came to mind off back. But our lingo, that's one of my favorites. Yes. I feel like we got our own, like, lingo.
We do.
And if you talk, you know how that is. Yeah. Somebody talking and you don't know us, you might not be able to keep up.
Right.
You know, but if you're from here, we just understand that. What else I love from being? It's everything. Everything. Because we could live anywhere. You know what I mean? But it feels safest here, per way of the streets. And just Chicago is that girl. Like,
it really is. I just feel like we're built different. And I mean, it could just be biased because we're from here. But I just feel like even when I go to other cities and I see people from Chicago in those cities, I'm like, you from Chicago. I could tell. It's just something different.
You know what was cool too about Chicago? I did a little because I like to break down words. That's another thing I like to do in my free time. I like deep dive or go in deep black hole into something. Like if I'm interested. Chicago, breaking down that word, shy, CHI, it means chi. And so like life force energy. Ka, it means to call forth, go. You could take it wherever you go with you. So to me, Chicago is like in you.
That. Okay.
If you're from here, yeah.
That's deep. Right, say it one more time because I want to make sure I get it.
Shy. It means chi, really. Like if we look that up, I think it's Japanese culture. Chi, if you have the chi, it means life force energy.
Okay.
Ka, so C-A, and obviously ka, like, we say you getting that ka.
Yeah.
But ka, if you look up the base word of that, it means call forth, like almost to call. But you can just say ka, like call it forth wherever you go. Go, I'm sorry, is, obviously to go. So I feel like life force energy, I can call it forth, I can sit with it, and I can take it with me wherever I go. But it's from my land, from my town.
Deep. Yeah. I love that. Come on. You broke that down so nice.
Thank you, girl.
Yes. And I feel you on that. You can definitely take it anywhere you go. Now, when this project comes out and people are riding with it and listening to it, they're going to have questions about your relationship status. You're a beautiful woman. Are you in a relationship or dating anybody right now?
No.
Single. Okay. What are you looking for in a partner, if you're looking at all?
I'm not looking, because he who finds a wife finds a good thing.
Periods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking, but I am. I'm just taking care of me right now, watering me. I think sometimes it's easy, and then the world pushes us to not focus on, especially women. No shade to the men that are listening, but a lot of times we're stretched to be mothers, to be friends, to be here for that, nourishing here, giving there, and not really pay attention to us, right? Like, I want to pour from my overflow right now. So fill my cup up, and then, like one of the queens, Lisa Nichols, says, pour from your overflow right now.
Come on.
Yeah.
What would you like in a partner, in a future partner? Like, what are some of the characteristics or qualities that you would look or be interested in? I won't say
who's honest, has integrity. I feel like a lot of people lack integrity. Like when nobody's looking, they're doing the shady thing.
Ooh.
Like,
that's a word.
Somebody who has integrity, someone who is driven, and loves God. If you love God, you're gonna love me, right?
Yep.
If you got your focus on God, then for real, not
for play.
Yeah, not sometimes.
Yeah.
You know how some people have step,
girl.
Being faithful to God, like, nah, how about everything you do need to be that in alignment with that. And somebody who could support, just me as a woman, because sometimes it's so funny, people will hear my music and then they'll sit with me and they'll be like, that's totally different from like the music that I hear. And I'm like, yeah, it's called creativity.
It's an outlet, folks, a creative outlet.
That doesn't mean that that's how I'm going to be when I sit with you. And sometimes people have that filter on. So then when I sit with them, they already expecting
something else.
And it's just like, okay, but we didn't even have opportunity to dive in. So I want somebody who gets it. Yeah. And maybe they could be a creative. I think everybody is a creator after the creator. But somebody who just is a big enough container for that.
I love it. Okay. Now you talk a lot about your faith, and I love that about you. Why is your faith so important to you?
It's the basis of everything, it don't come from me. It's God, so it's going to be God, whichever way it goes. That's the basis, the foundation, and everything needs structure to stand. If without it, everything is falling.
Yeah.
So, and even the message that I feel like I'm sharing with people, that has to do with healing. That's God's work. And it may not be in other people's eyes or traditional church folks' eyes that, this is the way to do it or go about it. But this is how I'm showing up. This is how God made me. So it's important to me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like also without God, it won't be me. It won't be nothing. It won't be nothing. It won't be nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Can you think back on a time where your faith was like literally the thing that only carries you through? Because I think a lot of people may have this moment in their life where it's like you tap in and you know, like, oh, me and my faith, we locked in. Like for me, I lost my parents, I lost my brother, and I feel like getting through stuff like that, I was like, oh, that wasn't me. That was God, you know, and that's when it clicked and that's when I knew. Is there any time in your life where you like it clicked and you knew?
First of all, I was not ready. I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh,
like,
you know,
girl, you just standing up here like,
I got to do it. I'm still here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got to make them proud. That's how I look at it.
That part.
But I just know, you know, even in my journey, how important faith has been for me. So when I hear you speak about it, it's so, I love hearing it because I'm like, wow, I think you get it.
Yeah.
But, you know, for anybody that's listening who may not and may be in a place of questioning their faith, is there any experience that you could speak about that you tapped into it?
Definitely. I think it was around 2020 that things began to really hit me. The pandemic was an opportunity. Some people were affected differently by it.
Yeah.
For me, it was an opportunity to really dig deep and like, because I kept having experiences that were unfavorable. I kept having my heart broken. I kept having just a lot of things that I was like, God, you love me? Like, how God love me? And that's what I'm...
You're like, help me.
Help me. Okay. I was struggling, you know, and it's so funny because some people could see like, okay, look good, but they don't know what's going on the inside or whatever. Like, so and then I, growing up in the beauty salon, you have a lot of like the superficial, you know, outside it looks good, or this matters because it looks good, you know, versus what does it actually feel like? What is it actually doing? You know, what's the foundation?
Under the wig and under the makeup and under,
that part.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing was just having been crushed down by family, by friends. I mean, because, you know, you can have your heart broken, not just romantically, but, you know, being left out by friends, family, like people that just you thought had the same intention or heart as you, and just being tired of being hurt. Wanting to experience and, you know, going in that word and, I can have all the desire of my heart, God. What you said? Okay, let me see what that looked like. Let me see how to, you know, get in alignment with what God's will is. So for me, that was the biggest, because I looked around for one moment and didn't have, if I had people, it wasn't real, you know, or if I had people, it felt just fake. This is not true. And it was like uprooting all of that stuff. So that was the biggest moment because it left me kind of bare feeling. Without having that family and friends and what I had been used to clinging to. Yeah. That was the offset for me.
And he brought you through it.
Amen.
Look at you now. Look at you now. Getting ready to change the world with this music, with your project coming. I always like to ask people, 5 years from now, what do you want for you?
What do I want for me in 5 years? For me? Thank you. There you go. Thank you. What I want for me is more peace. More ease for the people around me, more ease for my circle, my family, and then just a ripple effect, more healing.
Yeah.
More learning. Like I am hungry for growth. Like I want to just continue growing because what's not growing is dead.
Yeah.
So I love learning. So that's what I want to just be better than 5 to 10 times better than I am right now in 5 years.
That's a great answer. When I ask people that, a lot of times they name a lot of materialistic things. They want, I want a Grammy. I want this. I want that. And it's cool to want those things.
Yeah.
But the fact that you said, the first thing you said was, I want peace. Do you feel like you have peace now?
I do.
Okay.
I do. For one, this is one of the most peaceful times in my life.
Yeah.
Ever. Childhood was tumultuous. Like it was just, I've been through some things like most of us, right?
Yeah.
But that's another reason why it's so important I continue to do music. Because you never know where somebody's at in their journey. And I doing hair and being in the beauty industry, I touch so many, you know, I get to talk with so many young women, older women, you know, I just get to see the different, where we're at, you know, with it. And that's why it's important to keep doing this work, because I just feel like, okay, we need to keep healing, y'all. Like everybody deserves peace, but sometimes we've clouded by the things, the material, like we were talking about, we're clouded by having, doing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, nah, but that comes from within, right? Like, how can we create more peace for ourselves on a regular?
Yeah.
Calm our nervous systems. Because I feel like in the city too, we have a lot of like anxious energy, a lot of heightened, you know, right? A lot of people angry. And But we powerful though.
Yeah.
We can do it.
What would you say the top 3 things you do to protect your peace?
The top 3 things would have to be cultivating spaces where I can be just silent.
I was just telling somebody, like, silence is okay. It's really okay.
Yes.
But I feel like we don't feel like it's okay. There has to be some type of noise going on, or you're on your phone, or you're texting, or you're in a group chat, or you're on TikTok. How do you do that? You just find silence.
I mean, that's so. If let's say for instance, I've been at work all day and it's just going, and I got the urge to get on TikTok. I got the urge. Sometimes it catch me, right? Like, I get it. I had to set screen time. Like, okay, sis, you're done for today, you know. But on my drive home, sometimes it's just no radio, no music. Quiet. Sometimes when I get home, I might only want to hear my pots and pans. I cut my phone off. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes I think we get to be a slave to the phone too, but I had to realize not on the phone I pay for.
Right.
That's how my grandmother was. I pay for this phone. Why I gotta be
checking in?
I don't have to do. Okay. Sometimes what Beyonce said, I done missed a lot of calls. Click, click. Like, you got to because peace is everything. I mean, having that mental clarity, and I feel like that's when you can hear God, right? Like, in the silence.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the one.
That's the one. To cultivate peace. I had to find out what I like to do.
Okay.
And sometimes anime or the Marvel or the, like cartoons or like the Disney stuff, like I might just turn that on because I want my mind away from the everyday hustle and bustle of this got to get done right now.
Right.
I might turn that on so I could just clock out for a second, give my mind a break.
Okay.
And what else do I do that for peace? I love taking baths.
Okay. Yes.
I take a good bath.
Okay.
I get that from my grandmother too. Water is like the start of everything. We come from water. So sometimes you got to return to water and just get that healing.
Okay. I'm making a list in my head of the things I need to do. I need to go sit down somewhere, put this phone down, take a bath.
When we get you, because we're going to get you that perfume.
Okay.
A sample, not a sample, we're going to have your own bottle. I'm going to put some bubble bath in there, the one I use. I am.
Yeah, I want to relax. I want to find peace, okay? Because I can't find peace.
You ain't got no peace?
I'm on TikTok all day. All right. It got me bad.
Really?
I ain't going to sit up and lie.
Ooh.
So I got to get better. So that's what I'm asking. Okay. And then when you said silence, that is key. Because a radio person, we always want some noise. When it gets silent in the radio station, something is broke. So, I'm used to like, I need some noise.
Okay.
But I think that's so important to find silence. So, but one of my things is I like to travel. Like I like to be on somebody's resort, and that's kind of how I relax. But what would be your dream destination?
Yes. My dream destination, you know what? It's plenty of places on this earth that I haven't seen yet.
Yeah. And
I love trying like new restaurants, like especially in the city. Like I love that. But anywhere that has, I can wake up to the sun and bake.
Okay.
Have me some fresh squeezed juice. And that's another thing with peace. Creating that. Like I went to this Atelier in Cancun, Mexico, right? They have like Playa Mujeres. It's over there in like a secluded like area, whatever. I was realizing they come up with honeydew juice, watermelon juice. Like, I'm like, I could do this at home. I'm finna start. It was so peaceful.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting foods that love me. You know what I mean? Into my body.
Yes.
Like, that's my dream. Just to be able to wake up and do that every day, that's peaceful to me. So dream destination, I can't say yet because like with the travel right now.
Yeah.
And the planes doing what they do, I got my 10 down right now. I'm cool.
Yeah.
But anywhere I can go with sun, water, good fresh juice.
Okay.
And native language. Like
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like some native speakers. What? Yeah.
Right.
That's
some fresh food and some fresh juice. Yeah. Trees, palm trees, water, sun. Yeah. The girls got to heal.
That's it.
The girls got to heal. And you are doing it with your music and showing people that you could be multifaceted. You can have a lot of things, a lot of different angles and sides to you, but they all tie in together for your creative outlet. So I'm excited about what the world is going to hear from you. What do you feel like they need to know about you before this music comes out?
Man. what do I feel like they need to know about me? Is that about me? Is that I'm over here like, what can I say? Create. Like, what I want them to know about me is that I'm going to keep creating. I hope to inspire. I hope to continue to be inspired. That I'm going to keep bringing passion and creativity to my work. And yeah, that I'm going to continue to live in my truth and let authenticity be my guide, you know?
Come on.
Yeah.
Now, I took a screenshot of some of the song titles. So I do want to go
thank
through
you for
those.
listening,
of
too.
Course. We know Big One. We talked about that earlier. Yeah. If it wasn't for my higher self, can we just talk about that for a second? Can you just give the people the background behind that title?
I had to take a deep breath on that one. Because that one was strong. Like, I had to go into, and I'm glad you asked that about that one, because I had to go into a bag of, okay, I might not have done these things, but what would I, in my rage or my anger, right? So that song, that song is talking about, if it wasn't for my higher self, the things that I would want to do or could have done or should have done, or, you know, out of anger and rage, where would I be? Where would you be? 10 feet, not 6. I'm stumping FOMO on you.
Okay.
Like,
thank God for healing.
Amen.
And peace. Come on.
Because if not, and I know you done probably been there, right?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Like, I feel like that was one of the things that everybody, like, especially with dealing with men sometimes who just sometimes they don't get it, or they not trying to get it, or whatever the thing is, the sentiment is. It's like, but you played on my top. If it wasn't for my higher self and this piece I done found, I probably been one of them cute mug shots
right
across the internet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that being, if it wasn't for my higher self, that's what that one was for. I had to go in a bag of like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Because I ain't in jail.
Come
and
on.
You ain't dead.
Come on. I'm moving on. What about Love It or Lose It?
Ooh. That one came after a heartbreak.
Okay.
I got my feelings hurt. And it was, one of them loves that you feel like it's been going on for years, back and forth. And
we've all been there.
Yeah. And, just can't get right. Can't get right. And I know I'm a good thing. I know I'm doing the work. I know I'm trying my best. All right.
Yeah.
Love it or lose it.
Is that at the point where you maybe gave an ultimatum, or you had to give an ultimatum to yourself, like, if I'm not being loved here, I gotta lose it? Or is it you told them either love me or lose me? How did that?
You know what? I never got to tell them that. They kind of drew a line, and then even if I felt like they didn't mean it, it was hurtful nonetheless.
Yeah.
Even if, and we never had much conversation about the separation. And so me writing that song felt like, because a lot of times I feel like you break up sometimes energetically before you even had that conversation.
Oh, especially women. I feel like we clock out before we physically
way before you leave. Yeah. And that was one that I felt like we were on 2 different pages, 2 different I actually had a dream that me and this person, imagine we just like in this space with like, you see the stars, like silver stars all around. And then there's a bubble, and me and this person are in the bubble as close as you and I are now. And then an opening happened, and they like flew out of the bubble that I was in.
Really?
Yeah. And it made me feel like we're not the same frequency. We're not on the same dimension. We just not. As much as I love this person or want to love this person, because it takes 2 to make anything work. Relationship that way. So, and they just, this was my release of that.
What would you say was the biggest lesson you learned from that relationship?
How to stand on my 10.
Okay.
About me. I didn't have boundaries. I had just watched so many women, give their love and pour and pour and pour their life force into a relationship or a man, or and they lose themselves sometimes, even their vitality. I got some strong women around me, so they might not lose their vitality too much, but they would lose a sense of themselves. And like, I've learned that just how important that is, especially if I consider myself a vessel for the Most High. You know, I gotta treat her as such, regardless of how somebody else is showing up or not. Sometimes it's not always you, but then on the flip side of that coin, what part is me?
Right, you're responsible for you.
Period.
Know?
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Whoever, because I might have pushed them away in ways. There could have been things that I did. So it made me review the whole, you know, relationships or breakups that if you really review them, not only point out what that person is doing. I feel like every time you point a finger at somebody else, you got to still point it at you. Yeah. How did you attract that? What was attractive about that at some point? What in you reflected that? And learning from that.
Yeah.
You know, and usually after you do that, you be like, oh, do that no more, you know.
Like I learned the lesson there. And then you can finally move on and find your peace and find your healing. Another track on the song or another track on the project, Good Times.
Ooh.
It's a feel good.
That one felt good.
Yeah. Talk about it.
It felt good. Good Times felt like I'm getting off work. What we doing? Everybody got that, you know, that vibe on Friday night, Thursday night. What we doing, friend? You call your friend up. Hey, you know, I ain't drinking alone tonight. I ain't doing that. You know, no. Like, what we doing? Let's get the family together. Let's get the friends together. Like, that was one of them. And it's a good time. You know, I feel like a good time is a representation of the Fifi, the kickback that everybody can remember. Like, remember that time? Da, 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 we talking about it. You know, that's what
one of them nights.
One of them nights.
Okay.
One of them nights.
Yeah. And that's what I like. The project is variety. Like, you know, you have the turn up and feel good songs. You have the healing songs. And then like big one, the inspirational, I feel like songs that give people that inspiration that they need to know, like, you doing your big one, keep going.
Sure.
So you got some collaborations, you know, and we talked about John Blue earlier. Other people that you've worked with in the city, can you speak to that?
Definitely Drastic, Jet, KJ. He is on, I believe, 2 of the songs on the project. Yeah, he is on 2. He's on Good Times and then he's on Feelings. Feelings is out now. I love working with Kenny Jet. Like, he is a phenomenal artist. Another person I feel like is, you know, maybe not a whole lot of buzz behind him, but like when I say with that pen, you know, can sing, can rap, he's been doing this for so long. He's very talented. And I loved working with him. I learned from everybody that I work with. Like, even even in the time that I'm having with you, I've learned some things already, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. So same with Kenny, working with him. Who else is on the project? I know we talked about John Blue. Yeah. Oh, and not on this project in particular, but Hot to Death has been an influence to my music too. He is phenomenal as well on with his pen, his energy. And I feel like, you know, every time I work with them, we had like little energy babies. That's my energy baby I take with me on my next, you know, song that I write or, you know, project that I work on.
What was the process like making this project? Was it, you know, were you guys just in the studio camped out, or do you your writing process, is it like you sit down and just do a song from top to finish or top to bottom, or is it like you just, you know, jotting down stuff throughout the day? What's your process like?
This one has kind of been, I don't want to say all over. Okay. But it has been like, especially because it's such an emotional piece or project, you know, you never know when them emotions gonna hit. You never know what's about to happen. And then it just kind of develops. And then, to be honest, Big, the chairman, being the executive producer on this one, him watching me, I think he was able to pull all these things together. Like, okay, child, this is what we need to be doing, because you have a message and you have something that you want to deliver, and it's been healing for me. Because maybe this song had been done already for a year or 2, and then this song was like, man, this came up, and so but once we got the theme of like, okay, I'm working, this is a journey towards my higher self, we start being able to fill in the pieces from there, basically. Okay, you know, with different elements, different facets of healing, different facets of being sad, being happy, you know, just different pieces. So that's my process. Sometimes it comes in a whole song. I stay up all night and then can't wait. I be calling his phone next day. Hey, I want to thirsty. Like, I just wrote this song. And then sometimes it's like, okay, Raymi, it's been 2 months. Are you okay? Where's we have, you know? Yeah. And so, but sometimes when it hits me, it's just like, all right, it hit me. It's done. But like with any collabs that I've done, a lot of times we just sit together. We'll work it out, and sometimes we just determine not to leave until we finish our goal.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, you can hear all of that in the project, and the collaborations were amazing. Your solo stuff is amazing, and I'm excited for the world to get to know you.
Thank you.
Are you excited about this journey?
I am.
Okay.
I'm gassed about it.
Good.
I'm gassed. I don't know sometimes which way God gonna,
Yeah.
but I am. I'm excited about it.
I'll tell you one thing
Yeah.
about God. He always do bigger than what we could even ask for.
Amen.
So,
Ain't
are you
that-
ready for
God is
what
so
he's about to
good.
do?
I'm ready, God. Pour it on me. Ooh, I'm ready.
Anything else you want to tell the people who are watching today?
Man, all I want to spread is love and light. Stay in your truth. It's yours. Tell your story, whatever that way is. And, love who loves you. Support who supports you. And keep growing.
That's what it's given.
Yeah.
The world needs to get ready. Here you are.
Amen. Here I am. Pull up on me. No, I'm just playing.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
And thank you for having me. Thank
Absolutely.
you for listening and just being great. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited for what you got coming.
Thank you. I'm excited to share it.
There it is. It's Keke.
And it's Raymi the artist. And we'll see y'all soon.